Good morning, dear students. My name is Ferhan Mazher, and today is 8th of September 2021. Right now, I am with the 11th Cambridge class. The subject we are studying is Physics 5054. Today, we have set our hearts to solve a paper 1. The paper is May June 2005. It's an MCQ paper and it has 40 questions, and we will try as many questions as possible we can do in this lesson. So let's start. The first question showing up on your screen, I hope you can see that. Which instrument is used to measure the internal diameter of a pipe with a single measurement? What do you think? Which instrument is used to find the internal diameter? You know the vernier caliper? Vernier calipers has external and internal jaws. Its internal jaws are used to measure the internal diameter of a pipe. External jaws are used to measure the external diameter of a pipe. So, if you want to measure the internal diameter of a pipe, the best instrument should be a vernier caliper. So, the choice is, I think, D. What do you say?
Sir,
Yeah.
पाइप पे द सिंगल मेजरमेंट का मतलब क्या हुआ?
Which instrument is used to measure the internal diameter of a pipe with a single measurement? Means which can measure it directly. There can be other methods of measuring the internal diameter. You might measure the circumference of the pipe, and from there, indirectly by the calculation, you can find out the diameter of the pipe. But he wants some instrument which can directly measure the diameter. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So the choice is question number one. Choice is D. Let me check. Question number one. Choice is D. Okay, we are right. So the next question is showing up on your screen. Which graph represents the motion of a body falling vertically that reaches a terminal velocity? So when something is falling down, the speed will be increasing, increasing, increasing. And when the terminal velocity will reach, the speed will become constant. Okay? So the speed should be increasing and then the speed should become constant. When the speed become constant, the speed time graph will become horizontal.
B.
So what's the best choice you think?
B.
B for baby. B is the choice, sir. Let me check the answer. B is the choice. Question number two, B is the choice. Okay, our answer is right. Okay. Question number three is showing up on your screen. A car takes 1 hour to travel 100 kilometer along a main road and then half hour to travel 20 kilometer along a side road. So this main road is 100 kilometer and it took 1 hour to travel on this road. And this side road, it is 20 kilometer long and it took half hour to travel on this. So, what is the average speed of the car for the whole journey? If you want to find out the average speed of the whole journey, that will be the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. So, the total distance traveled we can find out by adding the both the distances 100 kilometer, 20 kilometer divided by the total time taken, that is 1 hour and 1.5 hours. You should have your calculator with you. Do you have your calculator with you? So here question number three is showing up. I have solved it and you can see that the distance traveled is equals to the total distance traveled is 100 plus 20, 120 kilometer. Total time taken 1 hour in the first portion and 0.5 hour in the second portion. The total time is 1.5 hour. The average speed is equals to the total distance traveled in the journey by total time taken. That is 120 kilometer divided by 1.5 hours. So the answer will be 80 kilometer per hour. 80 kilometer per hour. So let's check. Do we have that choice? Okay, so C is the choice. So we think question number three, C is this choice. Let's check first of all the answer and then we will further discuss it. Okay, question number three, C is the choice. Okay. Do you understand this question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's clear. Now we are going on to question number 4. At a point on the surface of the Earth, the gravitational field strength is 9.8 Newton per kg. Which pair of values for mass and weight are correct for an object placed at this point? Okay, so here the four options are given. Each option has weight and mass, and we are looking for that place whose g value will be 9.8. The weight is equals to mg, w is equals to mg, so g will be equals to w divided by m. For all the four options, you divide the weight with the mass and see what is the value of the g for all the options, given options. So wherever you will get the answer 9.8 newton per kg, that is our answer. So let me show you. I have done this on a paper. So here we go. So G value is W divided by M, and W is 10 in the first option and the M is 9.8. You do it on the calculator, you will get 1.02. In the second option, 9.8 divided by 10, you will get 0.98. In the third option, 98 divided by 10, that gives you 9.8. That is the G value which we are looking for. And in the D, 10 divided by 98, that gives you 0.10. I was looking more out for that option where the G value comes out to be 9.8 Newton per kg. So that is C choice. That is the C choice. This is how we do it. So the answer is C choice. Let me check the answer and then we go further. Question number 4, C choice. Do you understand how we have done this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
सर इसका फॉर्मूला कौन सा लगा था?
W is equals to mg, so G is equals to W divided by M.
ओके सर.
He says some students measure the masses and the volumes of different sized samples of a type of wood. Which graph shows their results? Okay. So he's talking about the volume and the mass. As the volume of the wood will increase, the mass of the wood should increase. Okay. And the volume of the wood, if decreases, the mass of the wood obviously will decrease. So more the wood, the more the volume the wood will have, more the mass, more the volume. So it should be a straight line graph with a positive slope, and it should pass through the origin, because when there will be zero volume, there will be zero mass, or when there will be zero mass of the wood, there will be zero volume of the wood. So what's the choice? What do you
बी.
think? B is the right choice, I think. B is the right choice. Question number 5, B is the right choice. Question number 5, B is the right choice. Okay. Do you understand this question? Question number 5?
यस सर.
Okay. So we are moving to the next question. Question number 6. The diagram shows a wheelbarrow and its load, which have a total weight of 150 Newton. This is supported by a vertical force at the ends of the handles. What is the value of the force F? Listen carefully what I am saying. This is this here. The weight 150 is acting. Here we have the pivot. So the perpendicular distance between the line of action of this weight and the pivot is 0.75. This weight is trying to produce a clockwise turning effect about this pivot. The force you applied here on this handle, which is acting upward, its perpendicular distance from the pivot and the line of action of this force is 0.75 meter plus 0.75 meter. That will be 1.5 meter. This force is acting upward, so this force is trying to produce a anti-clockwise turning effect. Because this whole thing is in balance, so the clockwise turning effect and the anti-clockwise turning effect, they both will be equal to each other. So from there, I can find out the value of this F. Okay. So I will write 150 multiply 0.75 meter equals to F multiply 1.5 meter. So let me show you. I've done this on a paper. So here we go. So question number 6 is showing up on your screen. F1 D1 equals to F2 D2. Uh, Clockwise turning effect is equals to the anti-clockwise turning effect. 150 Newton multiplies 0.75 meter equals to F we want to find out, and its perpendicular distance from the pivot is 1.5 meter. So when I will make the F alone, I will have 150 multiplies 0.75 divided by 1.5. So we will have 75 Newton. F will be equals to 75 Newton. So that is question number 6. So the F value is 75 Newton. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
सर
Okay.
आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड कि दोनों इक्वल कैसे हैं F1 and D1 is equal to F2 and D2 equal कैसे हैं?
Because when something is in balance, the anti-clockwise moment and the clockwise moment, they both are equal to each other.
How do we
This is
know कि
called the
it's
principle
balanced?
of which is supported by a vertical force F at the ends of the handles. When you supported it, it's in balance. Hmm?
Okay, sir.
So, okay. So 75 Newton is the answer. So let me see 75 Newton. So we think A is the answer. Let's check from the marking scheme. So A is the answer. So our answer is right. I hope you have understood. Okay. So let's go to the next question. Question number 7 is showing up on your screen. The diagram shows the cross section of different glasses. Which one is the least stable when filled with a liquid? That one will be the least stable whose center of mass will be highest and the base area is smallest. So what you think? Which one will
B.
have the center of gravity highest and the base area should be smaller?
B.
It's B. No doubt it's B. Because the liquid will be filled here, so center of mass will be very higher. And you can see the base is very small, so it will be the least stable. Okay, so that is question number 7. B is the answer. Let's check the marking scheme. Question number 7. B is the right answer, ma'am. Okay, so we are going to the next question. The question is question number 8. The table shows how the extension of a spring varies with the load. So here the load is given and the extension is given. So we are looking for between which two loads would you find the limit of proportionality? Okay, when the increase is no more proportional, and then we will say that the limit of proportionality has been crossed. For example, look at this. Here we have the load and the extension. When the load is zero, the extension is zero. Now he has increased the load by 2, the extension has increased by 3. Further increased by 2, the extension increased by 3. Further increased by 2, the extension increased by 3. Increased by 2, increased by 3. It has been increased by 2, this has been increased by 3. This has been increased by a further 2 Newton, and this has increased by 5. You see, all of a sudden, the increase in the extension is no more proportional to the increase in the load. So you see that here the increase before this point, the increase was always 3 centimeter for every increase of 2 Newton in the load. But when you increase the load from 10 Newton to 12 Newton, you increase the 2 Newton load. But the increase in the extension is no more 3, it has become 5. So the limit of proportionality here has been crossed. So the limit of proportionality is between 10 Newton and 12 Newton. 10 Newton and 12 Newton. So we think that C is the choice. Question number 8, let me check the answer. Question
Sir.
number 8, C is the choice. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
सर लेकिन 8 पे भी तो डिफरेंस 4 का नहीं है.
From 8 to 10.
जी सर।
When the load was increased from 8 to 10, there was a 2 Newton increase of the load. The extension increased from 12 to 15, which is a 3 centimeter. That is exactly same increase as the previous ones. Huh? What you say?
सर नहीं समझ आई।
You said that there is an increase of 4. There is no increase of 4, ma'am, from 10 to 8, from 8 to 10 Newton. The extension increased from 12 to 15. So there is an increase of 3 centimeter. So same increase is happening every time. But when you increase the load from 10 to 12, the increase in the extension was
चलिए
5
ठीक है सर, समझ आ
centimeters.
गई।
Okay, got it. Okay. So the limit of proportionality will lie between 10 and 12. Okay. So we are done with the question number 8. So now we are going to question number 9, which is the correct statement about force and velocity. He says force and velocity are both scalars. That's wrong. Force and velocity both are vectors. Force and velocity are both vectors. Yes, this statement is true for both of them, no doubt. Force is a scalar, velocity is a vector. That's wrong. Force is a vector, velocity is a scalar. That is also wrong. So the correct option will be B. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's check the answer. Question number 9. B is the right answer. Okay. So here we go. Question number 10 is showing up on your screen. The diagram shows a curved curtain rail that has a steel ball rolling on it. The ball is released at the point A. At which point does the ball have maximum kinetic energy? The ball will have the maximum kinetic energy when it's rolling down. Here its speed will be zero and it will speed increase. Here the speed will be maximum and then the speed will start decreasing and here it will stop somewhere and then come back. So wherever the speed will be maximum, there the kinetic energy will be maximum. Because the kinetic energy is equals to 1 by 2 mv square. So wherever the velocity or the speed is maximum there, the kinetic energy is also maximum. So at point C, because the speed will be maximum here, so here at point C, the ball will have the maximum kinetic energy. So question number 10, C is the choice. Let's check the marking scheme. Question number 10, C is the choice. Okay. Do you understand this?
यस सर।
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next one is coming up on your screen. The speed of light is 3 expo 8 meter per second. What is the energy equivalent of 2 kg of matter? You see, this is Einstein's equation of energy. Mass can be converted into energy, and we can calculate the energy which will be produced. The formula is E equals to mc square. Energy is equals to mc square. M is taken in kg, so when you will put the values, it will be 2, which is mc square, na? M multiply bracket start 3 expo 8 bracket close raised to power 2. So D is the choice. Let me show this. I have written this. This is showing up on your screen. E is equals to mc square equals to 2 multiply bracket start 3 expo 8, which is the speed of light, bracket close whole square. This is that equation. E equals to mc square. Mass can be converted into energy. So D is the choice. Question number 11. D is the right choice. Okay. Question number 11. D is the right choice. You have understood that question?
जी
Yes,
सर।
sir.
Okay. Then his question is, what does not affect the pressure at a point beneath the surface of a liquid? Area of the liquid surface, that does not affect. Okay. Density of the liquid, you know, the pressure of the liquid is rho gh. The pressure of the liquid is rho gh. Rho means density, g means gravitational field strength, and h means the depth of the liquid above that point. So the area of the liquid area, that does not, area of the liquid surface, that does not affect. Density of the liquid, that affects depth of a point below the surface, that affect strength of the gravitational field, strength field, that affect. Pressure is equal to rho g h. The one thing which do not affect the pressure of a liquid is the area of the liquid surface. So A is the choice. Question number 12, A is the choice. Let's check the marking scheme. A is the choice. Yes. So you understand this question? Okay, so question number 13. A small table weighing 40 Newton stands on four legs, each having an area of 0.001 meter square. What is the pressure of the table on the floor? You see, the weight of the table is 40 Newton. It's standing on four legs. Each leg has an area of 0.01 meter square. So the total area in contact with the ground will be 4 multiplied 0.001 meter square. The pressure will be equals to the weight of the table divided by the total contact area. Let me show you. I've done this on a paper. Okay. So weight will be equals to 40, which is 40 Newton, which is the weight, divided by there are four legs. So the contact area will be 4 multiplied 0.01. So it will be 40 divided by 0.004, and that will give you 10,000 Newton per meter square. So the pressure is 10,000 Newton per meter square. 10,000 Newton per meter square. So let's check. 10,000 Newton per. So we think C is the choice. We think C is the choice, and let's check the marking scheme. Question number 13, I think we are doing. Question number 13, yeah. Question number 13, C is the choice, sir. Okay? You understood this question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then he says, which factors increase the rate of evaporation of a liquid? Increase in temperature. Increasing its temperature, that will increase the rate of evaporation. Increasing its surface area. Increasing the surface area also increases the rate of evaporation. Increasing its depth. In the depth does not have any effect on the rate of evaporation. So yes, yes, and no. So what's the choice? Yes, yes, no. B.
B.
So B, I think question number 14, B is the right choice. Yes, ma'am. That's right answer. Okay. It's a little tricky question. He says, question number 15. There are four mercury in glass thermometers are made with different dimensions. Which will have the greatest sensitivity? The greatest sensitivity that thermometer will have, whose bore will be narrow, very narrow, very the smallest bore, which the diameter of the bore should be smallest. So which of them has the smallest bore? That
C.
is C is the choice. It looks C is the choice. Let's check question number 15. I think C is the choice. Question number 15, C is the right choice, sir. Okay. Question number 16. In an experiment to find the specific heat capacity of a metal, it is found that 5200 joule is needed to raise the temperature of a 2 kg block by 20 degrees centigrade. What value of the specific heat capacity is given by these results? So we know the heat, we know the change in the temperature is 20 degrees centigrade, we know the mass of that whatever that object is, and that is 2 kg, and heat is equal to mc delta theta. Heat is equal to mc delta theta. So just put the values, find out the value of the C. I've done this on a paper. Let me show you. So heat is equals to mc delta theta. Heat is 5200. The m value is 2 kg. C value, specific heat capacity, is question mark, and change in the temperature will be 20. So we will put these values, and I will make the C a subject of the formula. So you will have 5200 divided by 40. So 5200 divided by 40, that gives you 130 joules per kg per degree centigrade. So the answer is 130 joules per kg. 130 joules per kg per degree centigrade. So we think A is the answer. Question number 16, A is the right answer. Hopefully you have understood. You understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are moving to the next question. That question is question number. Let me- okay. A person cannot unscrew the lid of a pot of jam. He finds that the lid can be unscrewed after it has been held under hot running water for a few seconds. Why is this? You see, when you pour hot water on the metallic lid of the bottle, jam bottle, so what will happen? That lid will expand. When it will expand, then you can open it easily. The air pressure in the jar falls. That's wrong. The glass expands. No. The jam melts. No. The lid expands. Yes, because the lid expands. That's why you can open it easily. So I think D is the right answer. Let's check question number 17. Question number 17, D is the right answer, ma'am. G, what you say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So question number 18 is showing up on your screen. The diagram shows a thick copper plate that is very hot. One side is black, the other is shiny. The student places his hands the same distance from each side as shown. Her left hand feels warmer than her right hand. You see, the left hand is facing that portion which has been painted black, because you know the black is a very good emitter of the infrared radiation. So, and the right hand is facing that side of that hot object which is painted shiny, and shiny will make it a poor emitter of the infrared. So from the left side, which is black, the heat which is given out, the infrareds which are given out, their rate is more. So your left hand will feel very hot because the black color painted on the left side of that object, it is a very good emitter of the infrared. Which statement is correct conclusion from the experiment? The black side is hotter than the shiny one. The black side radiates more heat. Yes, this is the choice. I think this is the black side radiates more heat. C is the shiny side radiates more heat. No, the shiny side is cooling down faster than the black side. Okay. So the best answer why your left hand is feeling hotter as compared to your right hand, the reason is that the black color painted on that hot object is a very good radiator of the infrared radiation. So B is the right choice, I think. Question number 18, B is the right choice. Yes, B is the right choice. What do you say? Do you understand this?
Yes,
The
sir.
logic?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next question. Here we have four. Okay, let me show. Question number 19 is coming up on your screen. Which diagram shows an example of a longitudinal wave? Longitudinal waves will have compressions and rarefactions. And the longitudinal waves, the famous example is the sound wave. And another example is when you move the slinky or the spring by putting it on a table and you give it a forward and a backward jerk. So what happens? Somewhere the coils come close to each other, somewhere the coils are away from each other. So compressions and rarefactions are created. So we are looking for a longitudinal wave. Okay. Light is not a longitudinal wave. Light are electromagnetic waves. All the electromagnetic waves are transverse waves. B is the right answer. It's a longitudinal wave produced in a slinky. You can see some coils are close to each other, some coils are away from each other. Compressions and rarefactions are produced. So B is the right choice. Actually, C is a transverse wave, and the D is a 100% transverse wave. It's a water wave, so it's a transverse wave. So what's the choice? See, we were looking for the longitudinal wave, so B is the right choice. Question number 19, B is the right choice. Let's check. Question number 19, B is the right choice, ma'am. Question number 20 is showing up on your screen. The diagram shows part of a spring that is shaken from side to side to produce a wave. Okay. And the diagram shows part of a spring that is shaken from side to side to produce a wave. The distance between successive peaks is 0.60 meter and the frequency is 2.5 hertz. How does it takes for a wave to travel 3 meter along the spring? You know, the wavelength is given here 0.6 meter, 0.60 meter, that's the wavelength, and the frequency is given, that is 2.5 hertz. If you know the wavelength and the frequency, you can find out the velocity. V is equals to F lambda. V equals to F lambda. Once you have found the velocity, then you can find out to cover 3 meter how much time it will take. Then you will divide the 3 meter with whatever the velocity you get, and that then you will have the time. You know the time. You can calculate the time by this method. I've done this on a paper. So V is equals to F lambda. V is equals to F lambda. V is equals to 2.5. F is 2.5 hertz. Lambda is 0.60, and you multiply them, so you will get 1.5 meter per second. He says this is the speed of the wave. He says how much time it will take the wave to travel 3 meters. So the distance divided by speed, that's 3 divided by 1.5, and that will give you 2 seconds. The answer is 2 seconds. 3 divided by 1.5. The answer will be 2. Do we have that here? Yeah, C choice. Do you understand this?
सर सेकंड क्वेश्चन पढ़ने थे.
G. First of all, the wavelength was given, the frequency was given. We will find out the velocity. V equals to F lambda. Once you know the velocity, then the distance to be traveled is given. That's 3 meter. You divide it with your velocity and you will get the time required.
सर समझ आ गया.
Okay. So that was question number 20. Let's move to the next question. Here, the diagram shows a patient having her eye tested. A chart with the letters on its placed behind her, and she sees the chart reflected in a mirror. How far? How far from the patient is the image of the chart? Okay. So let me copy it and then I will. Okay. Oh, sorry. I will just show you how this is done. I have a paint here. So here we go. Place it. Okay, so you can see here the patient is sitting. So this is 2 meter. The patient is 2 meter from the mirror. So behind the meter, it will be 2 meter. And you see. So here the image will be shown here. The image will be here. It should not be. The image will be formed here. Now, this is 5 centimeter from the mirror, so its image will be formed 5 meter behind the mirror. This chart is basically 5 meter in front of the mirror. Its image will be 5 meter behind the mirror. Now the question is, how much is the distance between the image and this boy, this patient? Okay, so 5 meter here and 2 meter here. So total distance will be how much? 7 meter. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the answer will be 7 meter. Let's check the answer. D. D is the choice, ma'am. Okay. In which diagram is the path of the light ray not correct? Okay, so here we go. Let me copy it from here. I will show you how this is actually done. Okay. Copy. Okay. So I will paste it here. Okay. I need to draw a line with red color. So here I have drawn a normal. So when the light will enter from a dense medium into a rare medium, it should bend away from the normal. It has bended away from the normal, so there's no problem. Okay. Now here the light entered into the glass. It make 90-degree angle with the surface, so there will be no deviation. When the light enters into another medium and makes 90-degree angle with the surface, the light do not change its path. Here the total internal reflection has taken place. So this angle and this angle of incidence here, angle of reflection here, they should be equal. They look to be equal. When you will have hard copy, you can draw the normal like this, and you can check the angle of incidence and angle of reflection should be equal to each other. By inspection with the naked eye, I can say that they are equal. So, and here, so total internal reflection. Here again, he has shown that the light is making 90-degree angle with the surface of the glass, so there will be no deviation. The light will directly go out without any change in the path. So this is also good. The B is also good. Now come check C. Now you can see that the C is now the light entered in the C option. Light entered into the glass by making 90-degree angle with the surface of the glass. So there should be no deviation in the glass, in the light. Now when the light entered out, exited the glass, there we have drawn a normal with the red color. You can see when the light will enter from glass into air, it is supposed to bend away from the normal. So it bended away from the normal. So the path is all right. Now if you look at this D choice, the light is entering into this glass by making 90-degree angle with the surface of the glass, but the light has bended. The light has changed its path. That is wrong. So we were looking for an option where the path of the light is not right. It is incorrect. So the path of the light is not correct in the D option. Okay, do you understand?
सर
Yeah.
सर सी पार्ट में हम नॉर्मल कैसे बनाएंगे, मतलब 90 डिग्रीज किसके साथ होगा नॉर्मल?
with this surface
Okay, sir.
at this point. Okay.
Ji.
So we think D is the choice. Let's check question number 22. D is the choice. Okay, so we are done with this. Okay, the next question is question number 23 coming up on your screen. Which statement is true for all electromagnetic waves? All the electromagnetic waves are transverse waves. They have the same speed in the vacuum. They are longitudinal waves. That's wrong. They can be seen, maybe, maybe not. They have the same frequency in the air. That is totally wrong. They travel at the same speed in a vacuum. Yes, that's the common property in all the electromagnetic waves. So I think D is the choice. Question number 23. Question number 23, D is the choice. And question number 23, D is the right choice, ma'am. Do you understand?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Question number 24 is coming up on your screen. He says, the graph shows at one instant the pressure variation along a sound wave. So it's basically a graph. On the y axis, the pressure is represented. On the x axis, the distance is represented. So here, which point on the diagram represents a refraction and what is the wavelength of the sound? Refraction represents where the pressure is negative. So Q is representing a refraction where the pressure will become not just zero, but it will become negative. Okay, less than the normal. So the refraction at the refraction will be Q where the pressure is negative, maximum and negative. So negative maximum. So it's a negative pressure. So it will be refraction. And where will be the what is the wavelength? The wavelength will be because on the x-axis the distance is represented. So from one peak to the another peak that represents horizontal distance from one peak to another peak that represents you. That's representing the wavelength. So x is the wavelength. You know the y here is representing the amplitude. So x is the wavelength. So the best choice will be, I think, C. What you say?
Ji, sir.
Question number 24, C is the right choice.
सर क्वेश्चन नंबर 20 का आंसर क्या था?
Question number
20.
C choice.
Okay, sir.
Four plotting compasses are placed near a bar magnet. You may ignore any effect of the Earth's magnetic field. In which position does the compass appears? Okay. So let me show you that. Okay. So let me show you. I will take this diagram there. This. The Here you go. From here, the magnetic lines are coming out. So from here, the magnetic line is going like this. From here, the magnetic line is going like this. From here, the magnetic lines are going like this. And then the magnetic lines are going like this. So the magnetic needle which you have shown, so this is the magnetic needle. Wherever you put a magnetic compass, the magnetic compass only follows where the magnetic lines there. The magnetic compass needle always align itself with the magnetic lines in that area. So where the needle will be pointing downward, I think here If you put a magnetic compass here, that magnetic compass will point like this. Okay. So C is the choice. Do you understand? Do you understand this logic? C is the choice. Hello?
सर सी वाला थोड़ा सा दोबारा समझा दो.
You see this is the north. From here the magnetic lines are coming out. Okay? The magnetic lines are coming out. So from here the magnetic lines are coming out. So wherever you will place your magnetic compass will align itself with the magnetic lines in that area, in that position, on that location. So where the magnetic compass will point in this direction? That is their question. Wherever the lines are going downward. So where is the magnetic lines going downward? At the C.
सर
Okay, you understand?
जी सर.
So question number 25, C is the choice. Question number 25, C is the choice. Okay. The next question showing up on your screen. The diagram shows a positive charged acetate strip and a negatively charged polythene strip. They are freely suspended. Two rods X and Y are brought up in turn to these two strips. Rod X attracts the acetate strip, so it is attracted to that positive, but repels the polythene strip. So it means that X is negative. You understand this logic? It You bought a rod X. It is attracted to the positive charge and it is repelled by the negative charge. So it is negatively charged, definitely negatively charged. Okay. Rod Y does not repel either the acetate strip or the polythene strip. So it means that the Y is uncharged. So rod X is negatively charged and the rod Y is uncharged. What do you think? We think that B is the choice. Do you understand this logic? Because the rod X is attracted to the positive, it means it's negative, then it is repelled by the negative. That confirms it's negative. So X is 100% negative. Y is neither attracted nor repelled, so Y is uncharged. So we think B is the choice. Okay? Oh, sorry. Question number 26, B is the right choice. Do you understand? Hello?
Yes sir.
Then he says a cell is connected to a resistor. What is the EMF of the cell equals to? The EMF is the amount of work done in moving the unit
सर
charge
हमारे
in the.
केमिस्ट्री के लेसन का टाइम हो गया है.
Sorry?
हाँ केमिस्ट्री का लेसन हो गया है.
Your lesson will. Okay. So that is question number 27. A cell is connected to a resistor. What is the EMF of the cell equals to? EMF of the cell is the work done by the cell to move the unit charge in the circuit. The work done in the circuit for each unit of charge that passes, yes, that C can be the choice. Then he says the work done in the circuit for each unit of current, not current, we are talking about charge. The definition of the EMF is the amount of work done by the cell to move the unit charge in the circuit. Okay? So that will be The potential difference across the resistor for each unit of current. No, this is the that definition. I think the work done in the circuit for each unit of charge that passes. Hmm. The A choice is the potential difference across the resistor for each unit of current. For each unit of current. Question number 27. I think C is the choice. Question number 27. C is the right choice. So this was paper summer 2005, and we have done it. We have done 27 questions. Still, we have 13 questions of this paper, and I will try to solve this in another session. So thank you very much, everybody. It was a pleasure teaching you. So hopefully it will be beneficial for you. You have learned something new from this.